Your top stories this evening, sponsored by Courts, bringing value home. President IRFAAN Ali sworn in for a second term as Guyana's 9th executive president. Government tainted by corruption now wants to stamp out corruption. GECOM violated its legal mandate and helped the PPPC win the election, says Vincent Alexander. And Lola doll shot multiple times in front of her home. Suspect arrested. Police issue wanted bulletin for DABY Jr. HGP Nightly News begins now. Good evening to our viewers here in Guyana and online. I'm Travis Chase with the Monday, September 8, 2025 edition of the HGP Nightly News. We have what you need to know this evening. President Mohamed IRFAAN Ali has officially taken the oath of office for a second term, pledging to unite the nation and accelerate Guyana's journey towards prosperity. More details from Tiana Cole.
President Mohamed IRFAAN Ali was on Sunday sworn in as Guyana's 9th executive president for a second term, following his party's electoral win. In his address, he vowed to serve all Guyanese and lead with inclusion. In his inaugural remarks, President Ali thanked citizens who voted on September 1, 2025, and pledged that the path to prosperity would move at a faster pace under his leadership.
I am not the president of some Guyanese. I'm the president of all Guyana. That principle has guided me and the government over the last 5 years, 2020 to 2025, and it shall remain my compass in the years ahead.
He emphasized that with elections behind the nation, the time has come to turn competition into cooperation and to embrace inclusion as the foundation of governance.
And it is only together, as a people, united in vision and purpose, that we can achieve the progress our nation deserves. This is why I stand prepared to join hands with all who cherish peace, uphold democracy, and care deeply for our nation.
Looking ahead, President Ali announced that his second term will be marked by a national crusade against poverty.
Not just the visible poverty in our streets, but the structural roots and hidden burdens that keep families from rising. We'll fight it, reduce it, and ultimately eradicate it.
He further pledged to expand home ownership, strengthen financial inclusion, and ensure small entrepreneurs have the resources needed to succeed. To achieve this, he noted the importance of building a strong leadership team.
In the coming days, I shall announce my new cabinet. Men and women chosen for their competence, their character, and their fidelity to the people of Guyana. And I also announce a wide range of other key appointments across the public sector.
The Guyana Elections Commission, GECOM, confirmed that the PPPC secured 36 seats in the 65-member National Assembly. Meanwhile, the We Invest the Nation Would Win party gained 16 seats. This placing the PNC-led Partnership for National Unity, APNU, which secured 12 seats as the main parliamentary opposition. Tiana Cole reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Thank you, Tiana. Our developing story, corruption now seems to be bothering the People's Progressive Party Civic to the point that the party now plans to stamp out corruption by establishing an anti-corruption unit. More details in this report. A government tainted by rampant corruption is now looking to stamp out corruption from within the People's Progressive Party Civic. President IRFAAN Ali, while delivering an address following his swearing-in at State House on Sunday, now says a special unit will be established.
That is why we will strengthen our anti-corruption efforts by establishing a dedicated anti-corruption unit, thus excising the cancer from our institutions and holding public and private officials to the highest standards of integrity.
In 2025, Transparency International, the global anti-corruption watchdog, gave Guyana a score of 39 in its Perception Index Corruption in the Public Sector. The Germany headquartered organization explained that the country's score is the perceived level of public sector corruption on a scale of 0 to 100, where 0 means highly corrupt and 100 means very clean. Is the president now hinting at a lifestyle audit for public officials?
Every official will be required to account for their personal assets, and any who cannot do so will face the full force of the law.
Also, the U.S. State Department, in its annual International Drug Control Strategy report, noted that money laundering continues to pose significant challenges to Guyana and is affecting the nation's economy and governance. The U.S. noted that money laundering in Guyana has grown into a systemic issue involving both public officials and private citizens and is often linked to corruption and organized crime. President Ali says his government will now leave no room for impunity.
We'll pursue both the corrupted and the corruptors, leaving no room for impunity.
Travis Chase, HGP Nightly News. Antonio Day tells us now that the Guyana Elections Commission has been accused of failing to meet its legal and constitutional mandate, which resulted in the re-election of the People's Progressive Party Civic. These allegations were leveled against the electoral body by one of its very own, Vincent Alexander.
Vincent Alexander, a commissioner sitting on the Guyana Elections Commission, has accused the electoral body of failing to fulfill its legal duties. Alexander claimed that the way GECOM handled the September 1 elections gave an unfair advantage to the ruling People's Progressive Party Civic. In an appearance on Nation Watch with host Mervyn Williams, Alexander said that GECOM ignored calls to put in place important safeguards like biometric voting ID and a cleaned-up voters list, which he believes are necessary for free and fair elections.
The way we craft our system should be responsive to the plurality of our society. If one person is allowed to express his or her choice twice, then the system is failing because it is not allowing for equal opportunity to express one's choices, giving somebody else an advantage, and therefore is producing a product that's not reflective of the will of the people.
Alexander also accused GECOM's chairperson, retired Justice of Appeal Khalid Singh, of making decisions that appear to favor the PPC.
And what you have is the People's Progressive Party prevailing because the chairperson seems also to be reflecting that interest in the way in which she contributes more by a vote than anything else to the decision-making process.
Mr. Alexander noted that the incumbent from the outset rejected the use of biometrics and updating the voters list. The GECOM commissioner questioned the legality of the recent results declaration, noting that GECOM did not fully comply with the Representation of the People Act, which requires a complete public announcement of votes and seats before they are published. Having served since 2007, Alexander insisted that the recent electoral process cannot be seen as credible. He called for a thorough review of GECOM's operations before future elections, including the local government elections scheduled for next year. He urged for reforms to stop the cycle of flawed elections that erode public trust.
GECOM has not put in place the mechanisms for the responsible conduct of its operations.
Antonio Day reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Stay with us. You're watching the HGP Nightly News.
Welcome to SNL Electrical Inc., where lighting's and electrical needs are met with expertise and style. From the latest in electrical lamps to durable cables, circuit breakers, panels, we have it all. Illuminate your space with our elegant chandeliers, stunning crystal lights, and versatile pole lights. Looking to upgrade your comfort? Explore top-of-the-line AC units and our diverse selections of stylish styles. Visit us at 170-180 Thomas Street, Kitty, Georgetown. Discover a solution that not only lights up your world but transforms it. Call us on telephone number 226-3018 or 223-1634. SNL Electrical Inc. Powering your life with elegance, quality.
Did you tell him that Danny went to pick up KFC?
No, wait a minute.
Are we really not going to tell him we already have KFC?
A tasty dinner shouldn't be that complicated. Crunch the routine and order a delicious KFC bucket for the best price. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Commissioner Rolfe Establishment. No job is too small or too large. We specialize in all types of fabricating machinery, excavator repairs, rice field pumps, and hydraulic hoses. Visit us at Lot 113, Block CC, Manripo, East Coast, and Marara, or call 220-9624-629-4021 or 619-7880. At Commissioner Rolfe Establishment, no job is too small or too large.
The HGP Nightly News. Antonio Day tells us that President IRFAAN Ali, in his inauguration speech on Sunday, said his administration will convert ambition into action and action into transformation. The head of state was speaking along the context of building a diversified economy while constantly working towards strengthening its production sharing agreement.
Yes, our oil and gas sector will continue to grow, expanding production and revenue for our people. But why stop there? We'll press forward with new exploration under a stronger production sharing agreement.
That was Head of State IRFAAN Ali speaking during his inauguration on Sunday at the Lawrence State House. The head of state noted that his administration will ensure benefits are greater, the gains are wider, and the wealth is truly for the people.
But we are not a one-sector nation. We are building a diversified economy that will generate jobs, raise incomes, and secure prosperity.
According to President Ali, his government is committed to economic diversification and will strengthen the traditional pillars of the nation's economy in sectors such as mining, agriculture, fisheries, and forestry. The head of state noted that these sectors continue to provide jobs, wealth, and stability for citizens.
We'll create new growth poles that drive the economy of tomorrow. World-class tourism, a thriving blue economy.
The president, who has been re-elected for a second term, said that Guyana will continue to push for competitive manufacturing, cutting-edge information and communications technology, and dynamic knowledge-based industries. Guyana's economic future depends not only on the ambitions and policies of the government, but also on the private sector, which is ready to drive wealth and job creation, Ali added. Antonio Day reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
One of the new kid on the block, Forward Guyana movement, led by former parliamentarian Amanza Walton Desir, has secured one seat in the National Assembly.
Forward Guyana Movement FGM's presidential candidate Amanza Walton Desir expressed gratitude to supporters, outlining the party's commitment to transformative politics and accountability at the highest level. She noted that our agenda is clear: to give voice to the people who entrusted us with their vote, and indeed, for all Guyanese, she said, we will use our presence in Parliament to hold the government accountable, to stand up for fairness and dignity, and to keep real change at the center of national decision-making. The issues that matter most to the ordinary Guyanese will be the issues that we bring to the floor. Walton Desir said the FGM will engage constructively in parliamentary affairs, guided by principles and public interest rather than partisanship. Where there is common ground that benefits the nation, we will not hesitate to support it. Where there are concerns, we will raise them fearlessly and responsibly. Our commitment is not to partisanship, but to the people who put their trust in us." End quote. Reflecting on our party's journey, Walton Desir called the achievement an honor beyond words, noting the significance of winning a seat in just under 3 months since the party's formation. Quote, "We did not have the money, machinery, or resources of the larger parties, but what we had was the trust and goodwill of ordinary Guyanese," she said. Describing the parliamentary seat as a symbol of courage and hope, Walton Desir emphasized that her party will bring out a change in parliamentary decision. When asked who would occupy the party's seat in Parliament, Walton Desir stated that the leadership will meet to make a final decision. The FGM is a new force to reckon with, and the people of Guyana has ensured that by giving the movement a seat in Parliament to forward its agenda, they do so willingly. Marvin Cato reporting for HGP Nightly News.
Stay with us. You're watching the HGP Nightly News.
Planning a cleanup? We can help. Sevon's Waste Management skip bins can be provided for home renovation projects, yard cleanup, or construction project. It's simple. Step 1, give us a call. Step 2, we put down the bin. Step 3, load it up with all of your junk. Step 4, we take it away. That's simple. Bins are also available in various sizes, so there is no job that is too big or too small. Call Sevon's Waste Management today at 218-1455.
Mom, did you tell him that Danny went to pick up KFC?
No, wait a minute. Are we really not going to tell him we already have KFC?
A tasty dinner shouldn't be that complicated. Crunch the routine and order a delicious KFC bucket for the best price. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
I am an industrial hygienist at ExxonMobil Guyana. I focus on employee health and well-being and develop programs that protect my colleagues. I am one of 1,400 women employed in Guyana's oil and gas industry.
As a local content analyst at ExxonMobil Guyana, I work directly with the local business community. I focus on the numbers, helping Guyana's economy and people benefit from oil and gas. This is what's possible.
Learn more about Rochelle and Ashley's stories and about ExxonMobil's commitment to empowering women in the workplace at www.exxonmobil.com/what-is-possible.
Combo pack up, we feeling best. Sunshine stacks above the rest. There is no contest, is the best mix, so we feeling best. Best value to how you're feeling. Ole cheesy, too much ripples and more. Combo pack up, flavors galore, yeah. Combo pack up, we feeling best. Sunshine stacks above the rest. There is no contest, is the best mix, so we feeling best.
Enjoy Sunshine Snacks Combo Pack. Best mix, best value.
Best mix, so we feeling best.
Come here with me.
Thanks for staying with us here in the HGP Nightly News. Following the swearing-in of President IRFAAN for a second term and the official results from the Guyana Elections Commission, political figures have begun weighing in on the outcome. Among them is a former Partnership for National Unity candidate and former Mayor of Georgetown, Obraj-Narain, who shared his concerns about his party's performance and the state of Ghana's electoral process. Tiana Cole reports.
With the Ghana Elections Commission, GECOM confirming that the People's Progressive Party Civic secured 36 seats in the 65-member National Assembly, and President IRFAAN elected to serve for a second term. Former Partnership for National Unity (APNU) candidate and former Mayor Obraj-Narain stated that his party did not expect this outcome.
I believe new leadership needed for the party, and I believe that young people must be placed in front while the seniors must be placed behind to advise the young people like myself and to give us guidance.
Narain further added that he believes the party has lost touch with its supporters. He also alleged that the Ghana Elections Commission GECOM chair was compromised during both the 2020 and 2025 elections.
I believe she should resign, and I'm calling publicly for her resignation. She is complacent with the laws of this country and the laws that govern GECOM, because I believe that she knows fully that there was a bloated and padded list.
The former mayor stressed that the party must rebuild from the grassroots level and reconnect with the people. He further argued that if all the smaller parties had come together under one umbrella, they could have defeated the PPPC government at the 2025 elections.
When you have leaders with ego and pride and who can't come down to the people and what the people want, this is what the result we get.
According to the official results, the PPPC secured 36 seats in the 65-member National Assembly. Meanwhile, the We Invest the Nation Would Win party gained 16 seats as the main parliamentary opposition, while the Partnership for National Unity (APNU) secured 12 seats. Tiana Cole reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
The postmortem of the 2025 general and regional elections is underway, and the Alliance for Change has come out of the elections badly beaten and bruised, even without a seat in Parliament. The party contends that they are bruised but not broken. Marvin Cato reports.
Speaking with the media recently, Chairman of the Alliance for Change, David Patterson, in reminding that these elections were about the people, said, and I quote, "We look beyond winner and losers. We have to hear what the people said with their votes. Our assessment is that the people have said no to dictatorship and victimization. They have said they are hurting and tired of living a substandard quality of life while others live with opulence. They are saying they deserve at least the basics of proper food and health in this oil economy." The Alliance for Change AFC leaders seem upbeat, and it is their hope that this is a learning curve and they can bounce back with the right approach and strategy. They do not believe the party has been obliterated from Guyana's political sphere in spite of the crushing defeat suffered at last Monday's general and regional elections, and assured that they will be back bigger and stronger following an introspective period, General Secretary and former Member of Parliament David Patterson said. Continuing to peddle the thoughts of the party, Patterson acknowledged that while executives and members are disappointed at the voting results, added to the fact that they will not be able to secure a seat in the National Assembly, they see it as a lesson that they must work harder. Patterson sought to answer the most burning question: should the AFC have collated with the Partnership for National Unity, or is this the lesson they must learn in order to move the party in the right direction? Quote, "First and foremost, the AFC is disappointed. Based on our past performance in and out of Parliament, we felt the citizens would have trusted us to again represent their interests, so of course we are disappointed," close quote, Patterson said. Patterson, however, contends that, and I quote, "This is not the end of the AFC. No, it is a time for deep introspection and rebuilding," he added. This is the first time since 2006 that the AFC will not be represented in Parliament. This is Marvin Cato reporting for HGP Nightly News.
With the police are putting together the pieces following the shooting of a well-known social media personality. You'll have more details in this report. Police have issued an arrest warrant for U.S.-sanctioned businessman Paul DABY in relation to the shooting of social media personality Lolita Kalinda, also known as Lola Doll. Police gave DABY's last known address as Digar Park and have asked for anyone with information on the whereabouts of DABY to contact the nearest police station. DABY, who is also known as Randell, was sanctioned earlier this year by the United States for drug trafficking. Lolita Kalinda was shot multiple times in front of her Texas Square East Rhineville home while sitting in her car on Saturday evening. She was rushed to the Georgetown Public Hospital, and it was later learned that she was shot at least 8 times. An eyewitness who prefers his identity withheld spoke of the moment he heard the gunshots.
I've been in the bedroom. Yeah, and I knew me go along the road and I come out. And I always see a man just right out there, and me know nothing then from there. Nothing more, nobody no went out there.
No shots?
About 4. No more than that. About 4.
How it sound like?
By the thing sound like a heavy truck. But to me, like a Shikashi.
Nightly News understands that police arrested a man who is well known to them. Police investigators are reviewing video footage which showed a motorcycle passing Kalinda's car, then parked a short distance away. The gunman quickly dismounted the bike, approached the vehicle, and fired multiple rounds at Kalinda. The suspect then returned to the motorcycle and fled the scene. Sources familiar with the investigation told Nightly News that investigators are also reviewing a recent live Facebook video where Kalinda alleged threats against her life. Travis Chase, HGP Nightly News. Nightly News has been informed that Paul DABY Jr. turned himself into the police at the Rhineville police station in the presence of his attorney, Sayand Dujon. Stay tuned for your regional news.
Live the island dream. It's your chance to be one of over 100 winners in the Island Dream promotion. Win your share of more than $1 million in cash and prizes. Plus 2 all-inclusive weekend staycations for 2. And that's not all. Score coolers packed with Buster, Turbo, Altitude, and Viva. Just buy any can or bottle of Turbo, Buster, Altitude, or Viva. Find the code starting with BB. Then visit at Buster Guyana or Turbo_Caribbean on IG or Facebook for details.
Live the island dream, get money. Live the island dream.
Guyana's agriculture sector is growing stronger than ever. Over the past 4 years, Guyana has made remarkable strides, emerging as the only self-sufficient food-producing country in the world. Revenues earned from the oil and gas sector are being reinvested to improve agriculture, to build better roads, upgrade drainage and irrigation systems, and introducing of modern technology to boost food production. Together, these efforts are creating a stronger, more resilient food system for today and for generations to come.
Mom, did you tell him that Danny went to pick up KFC?
No, wait a minute. Are we really not going to tell him we already have KFC?
A tasty dinner shouldn't be that complicated. Crunch the routine and order a delicious KFC bucket for the best price. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Whatever your dream is, Republic Bank can help you make it happen. Make it happen. Let's help you get there with a Make It Happen loan.
Republic Bank. We're the one for you.
Multiple FPSOs, drill ships, and support vessels. And this is just the beginning. Life offshore has become a reality for many Guyanese in the oil and gas industry. But in the past, we had to travel abroad to complete the necessary offshore survival training. Now, the training is available right here in Georgetown. I'm getting the skills I need and building the career I've always wanted. I'm Max, and this is what's possible.
Learn more about Max's story and how ExxonMobil's investments are benefiting thousands of Guyanese like him at www.exxonmobil.com/whatispossible.
Good evening and welcome to Monday's edition of the Regional News. Venezuela pledged on Sunday to sharply boost troops in the coastal states to tackle drug trafficking, a move that comes after the U.S. ordered the deployment of an additional 10 fighter jets to Puerto Rico to carry out operations against drug cartels. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro has ordered more troops in the region, Defense Minister Vladimir Padrino said, adding that the area constituted, quote-unquote, a drug trafficking route. Some 25,000 troops are set to be deployed, up from the 10,000 which have already been deployed. Tensions between Venezuela and the U.S. have escalated in the wake of President Donald Trump's new approach to fighting a war on illegal narcotics. The deployment of the jets adds to the U.S. military buildup in the Caribbean and comes after a U.S. military strike last week that killed 11 people and sank a boat from Venezuela's, which Trump said was transporting drugs. Maduro has accused the U.S. of seeking regime change. CARICOM and Foreign Affairs ministers who have sought a meeting with the United States on its military deployment in the region are awaiting a reply, and Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar's strong stance on the U.S. presence. This as U.S.-Venezuela tensions continue, rising after the U.S. military presence in the region, leading an international coalition, of which Trinidad and Tobago is a part against drug cartels. Last week, U.S. missiles destroyed boats allegedly carrying drugs, killing 11. Subsequent reports of Venezuelan military aircraft flying over U.S. warships 2 days in a row were met with U.S. moves to send 10 street fighter jets to the region this week. U.S. President Donald Trump also warned that Venezuelan aircraft would be shot down if they repeatedly fly over, and Venezuela would be in trouble. The regions of Africa and the Caribbean must no longer stand apart but unite against the legacy and inequalities and further design institutions that foster integration, resilience, and prosperity, says Antigua and Barbuda Prime Minister Gaston Brown. Brown is also recommending an African CARICOM coalition for air connectivity investment. He made a call at the second Africa CARICOM Summit in Ethiopia. Brown, who was the chairman of the first Africa CARICOM Summit in 2021, told attendees that leaders had agreed in 2021 that our regions must no longer stand apart, but unite against the legacy of inequalities and further design institutions that foster integration, resilience, and prosperity. Among commitments was the recognition of September 7th as Africa Caribbean Day and charting a course towards air service agreements, investments protection, double taxation treaties, and visa waivers to expand trade and people-to-people ties. Thank you for watching. I am Tiana Cole.
President IRFAAN Ali sworn in for a second term as Guyana's 9th executive president. Government tainted by corruption now wants to stamp out corruption. GECOM violated its legal mandate and helped the PPPC win the election, says Vincent Alexander. And Lola doll shot multiple times in front of her home. Suspect arrested. Police issue wanted bulletin for DABY Jr. Those are our major headlines. For these stories and more, please go to our website. It's www.hgptv.com. I'm Travis Chase. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.